Hello? Hello? Oh no, that was the wrong one. Already added, oops. Oopsies. Remove source. Wait. Oh, it automatically does it. Okay. Never mind. We are good. We are a good. Okay, there are all of my thingies. Cool. All right, let's get started. I am revisiting my lyra indicators. I had broken them. I used to have little nameplates, essentially is what that is. Little nameplates. Hello, private. Welcome. New name. New name. Welcome in. Yeah, do we need that many? Do we need that many? I don't think so. Well, no, because I'm going to be doing performance comparisons, so we're going to keep it static there. But yeah, those nameplates are what I'm working on today. Because I wanted to add those little health bars to the trees that I've been working on, tree chopping. So that's what we're doing today. That's what we're doing today. Okay. So I think when I was looking at the performance of it, it wasn't great in this worst case scenario. So there's some pretty easy performance savings that I can get by just switching this over to ECS. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. This, where is it? Where's the function? This update canvas function is the worst offender. Owen, welcome. And I'm a sneezy boy today. Boy, am I a sneezy boy. So yeah, I've been kind of going through here and adjusting things. I added in scaling to the nameplates because they were all just one size no matter how far away they were. So I want to update that. That's a goal for today. I do have the ability to scale them. Wrote that in. And then opacity as well. Yeah, opacity. So I'm going to use that for like when you're targeting someone, that one's going to show in full opaqueness. Full opaqueness. Is that the right way to say it? Yeah, I think so. And then all the other ones are going to be transparent on some level. I'm vibe coding in Unreal at the moment. The horror. Welcome in. Ice Creek. Been a while. Hello. So yeah, I think what I need to do here, I've already set up the lyra indicator descriptors to be spawned with an entity right there. And I think I need to actually create the data. Dude, if I'm going to be sneezing the whole time, if I'm going to be sneezing the whole goddamn time, okay, so I have a couple of views I've set up here. I need to figure out how to sort an ENTT view. Are you coding? I am coding. Yes. Well, I haven't written a lick of it today yet, but I am getting there. Okay, that didn't have my answer. You do registry sort. Okay. So ECS, registry, sort, and then we want F nameplate, indicators data, and then it takes the sort function. See, the thing is, I want to sort by... How do I want to do this? Because I want to sort by closest to player, because I want a max number of nameplates on the screen. So I would actually need to sort this one, but then that's going to be every fucking entity. Can I put 2 in here? I only want to sort the ones that have nameplate. .use. Is that actually, are you hallucinating that, or is that real? No, that is valid. That is valid ENTT syntax there. Let's read some GitHub posts here. I guess I have to look up the data on the sort, right? When I sort over the nameplate data. I literally took allergy medicine. I'm still sneezing my ass off, man. Yeah, I think I need to sort. I think what we have to do is like this. And then I need to... yeah, I mean, sort of that, except not. Sort of that, except not. Something like that, yeah. We gotta capture a local player here. Boo doo boo, ba ba boo boo. And everything that has a nameplate source should have a location. So I'm not even going to check. Local player, what is your... I think I have to like get pawn or something. How do I get, what are you? Local player, what's your, what do you got on you? What do you got on you? Why can't I get the fucking player actor? Like what? My player controller, I suppose that works. We'll just create a variable for this, player location. And then why are you mad? Oh, right. Yeah, you guys are different variables. Codex was able to add a sprint gameplay ability to Lyra and change the animation blueprint to have different animations. Impressive stuff. Cool. PC specs?
If you have to ask, big man, you can't afford it.
Okay, so this theoretically should be sorted. And then we're going to do .use, I suppose, is the syntax here. Use nameplate indicators data, which should... Good God, what is this? That is not correct. Can I see the actual docs here? How do I actually... Do I need to .use? What's .use? Iteration order. By default, the view is iterated along a pool that contains the smallest number of elements. I mean, that should be nameplate indicators data, but... Oh, you have to, you just call it on it afterwards. Okay, I see. There we go. Here we go. Okay. So we're basically, what we're going to do here is, I have a max, I guess this should be in game settings. I don't have player settings yet. I don't have a notion for that. I don't feel like doing that right now. It seems like a side quest. Let's put a little section up here. I'll probably put this somewhere else later. And then this is going to be int max nameplates. I don't know. I don't know if this should be a player. I think it was set to 30 before. I don't know if that's like a player setting or something else. Like a server set variable. But we can do max nameplates. Maybe a nameplate, whoop. Float, nameplate, yeah. Because I'm going to, right now they're coupled to the skeletal meshes, but I think I want to change that. Let's go 4,000. And then I'm going to need some structure to determine their opacity ranges, basically, based on distance. Or their scale, I mean, not opacity. Although opacity based on distance is an interesting idea. But anyways, we have that there. Let's go game settings. Let's just put this at the top, right? What are these settings? What do I call those? Just game settings? Okay. Get max, what did I call it? Get max num nameplates. Or just get max nameplates. And then float get nameplate view distance. Okay. Yep. Oh, come back to me. There we go. Nameplate view distance. Yeah, okay, so we have those. Let's go back into our processor. And so we're just gonna say, I guess I need a count. U game settings. Get max nameplates. Ooh, oh, you're not static, are you? And then we want to break. Well, I guess I want to remove all of the rest of the datas, right? Yeah. What are lyra indicators? They're the little nameplates that float above their head. I yoinked that system out. And I'm rewriting it now. This update canvas function was taking like, I think it was originally taking when I had 1,000 entities all spawn in a location. The closest ones are all skeletal meshes, and when they're skeletal meshes, they have the nameplate source component that comes with the lyra systems. And I had like 400 lyra indicators, and this function was taking like 4 milliseconds. So trying to cut down on that. Rate my PC.
I don't think so.
Don't want to do that. Thanks for sharing with the class, though. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of like decouple. I'm not gonna have components anymore. Components are slow. So this is on my way to doing that. So yeah, we're going to remove the nameplate indicators data. I suppose I need to add that when it gets spawned. No, I'm going to add that here. Yeah. So I'm going to have a nameplate source tag here rather than using a Unreal Engine component. I'm going to use an ECS component. Do I need to sort these? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I'm using that one a lot today. I also don't think I want to iterate over every single nameplate source that doesn't have an indicator. Also, this should probably go first before this view, I think, because then we're going to end up with more. What is that thing to my right? Oh, you mean this to my, that's my left. I guess that does look like my right, doesn't it? That is the Tower of Barad-dûr. The Lego Eye of Sauron. Okay, so let's also check distance. Honestly, if we're sorted, if we are sorted based on distance, the second we find one that's a greater distance, then we don't need to calculate it anymore, basically. So let's just go too far. If I can fucking spell here, too far. Yeah, if we are beyond max nameplates, don't even do anything. Else, what are we going to do here? We were going to say something like, yeah, I do want... yeah, the indicator data, yeah, that would be there too. I hate allergies. So, I guess let's just check here. No, do this first. Do this part first. Have you been toiling away at your game since I last saw it? No, I actually stopped once you stopped showing up. So I was waiting for you to come back. I noticed you were gone. I was like, well, Ice Creek's gonna want to see this, so I'm gonna stop. So it's been a long time. I'm glad you're back so I can keep working on it. I've been wanting to work on it so bad. Okay, yeah, if we're already too far, then we just do that, basically. Reach that down. I'm sorry for preventing progress on your game. You should be. How dare you? How dare you? I'm kidding, of course. Yes, of course I have been working on the game. Actually do greater than, not greater than or equal. Okay, so we've iterated over them. If we're already too far, just remove. Okay, yeah, I think that's good for that view. That view is good. This one, potential indicators of view. Now, yeah, I don't want to iterate over every single entity in the fucking world. That's not going to be good. Do I do a spatial query for this, maybe? Oh, I also need to know what they are, too, right? Because now I have buildings are now a part of my spatial queries, which was cool that they just kind of, I just added location data to the buildings and then they automatically got added to that. Didn't even have to do anything. The beauty of ECS. So yeah, I guess there could be settings, because I know in like WoW you can toggle nameplates for like only enemy units, only pets, or you know, you can toggle them separately. Enemy units, pets, totems, friendly players, yourself. And I guess for me there's also going to be buildings as well. So I don't know, would you want, I guess the max number of nameplates is max total. Yeah, so this view would be source independent, for sure. But then potential indicators view, when we're adding new indicators, that would depend on what settings we have. Hey, what's up? Been a while since I've got a YouTube sub notification. Welcome in, my man. So let's just add like a little bit here. Bool B show building nameplates. Let's go false for now. And let's make a couple more. B show friendly nameplates. B, and then what about neutral? Do I need a separate one for neutral? Or is that, I think that is included in enemy nameplates there. I don't have pets or anything yet, so that's not going to matter. Classic WoW is a shorter distance to display nameplates than most spell ranges, which is really annoying. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I would like to see those from farther away. I think part of it, because one thing I'm going to have to do here is check LOS, line of sight. And I think it's probably why they do that. Because doing an LOS check is not something you could do on the client. So it's like literally the larger the view distance is, the more processing power it is on the server. More bandwidth is taken up, you know? Yeah, I think I want to do a spatial query here. Is it VS Code? No. No. If you ask a third time, the answer is going to be no as well. Yep, nope, nope, still no. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. All right. All right, we'll take care of that before it gets out of hand. I kind of want to write a better interface for my chunk processor. Do I have a chunk processor funky wonk here in game settings? No. Let's toss that in somewhere. U chunk processor, or I guess it's just git processor. Right, yeah, just U my processor. It is templated. It is templatadoed. Which Unreal Engine version you use for 3D modeling or something? I do not use Unreal Engine for 3D modeling, nor do I do 3D modeling. I am on version 5.7. So I guess this needs to be templated, which I don't like. I don't like that because then I'm going to need to include game mode rather than forward declaring it. If I do that, then that kind of defeats the part of the purpose of this class, which is to isolate. Like, I don't want to, if I change something in game mode, which has a lot of stuff in it, I don't want to have to rebuild the entire, you know, my entire application because everything includes game mode. So this is kind of lame. This is kind of lame. I think I need a blueprint version of this. No, we're not going to inline that. There we go. That's what we want. Forward declare, of course. Oh yeah, it needs to be U entity processor. Yeah. We'll just call it BP. Why blueprint callable and blueprint pure at the same time? They do different things. What do you mean? Blueprint pure makes it one of those little const non-execution pin nodes. Blueprint callable just allows you to use it in blueprints at all. Welcome in. Sorry, I'm a sniffly sneezy mess this morning. Pure includes callable? Does it actually? I would love to see. Can you show me the where this is defined at, please, Unreal Engine? There are more blueprint pures than that. I will have to confirm that at a later time. And probably, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Now we can use that in game settings. Come here, you. Come here, you. Yes, except we want to change this. Okay, now let's grab that. Okay. There we go. Okay. Don't have one. Return. Go ahead and ensure that we do. We always should. Just put that at the top. Why don't we? Okay, so chunk processor. Let's perform a spatial query here. All right, what do we got here? That is, I don't know what the AI thought was going on there. Was it, what do I use here? Int vector, cool. Okay, now let's also chunk processor, query. What do we got here? Entity chunk locations, chunks in radius, ignored entities. I don't think we have any ignored entities. Maybe the self player entity? Yeah, maybe we ignore that one. Ignore that one. Okay, out entities now. Give me the targetable. Oh, right, and we get the location information's already on there, which is kind of nice. Okay. Okay. Let's call this entities in radius. And then I guess we loop over that instead. Entities in radius. I guess we need to like check if they have. I guess I don't use this view at all, do I? Yeah, we skip it if it doesn't have a nameplate source tag. Okay, then we would need to like add a new indicator. So is this where I'm, excuse me, is this where I'm constructing the indicators now? Let me flip over. This was previously happening here in Blueprints. Register nameplate source, I believe. Yeah, register nameplate source. I need to like convert all this to C++, I believe. Then I might end up just removing them later in the frame. I mean, not later in the frame. Later in the function here. This seems like a lot to do if we are potentially, for some of them, just going to get rid of them. So this get this entity query, does this actually check? Is this a course? Yeah, this is a course radius. Okay, so there's definitely going to be some in that radius that get removed here. You already have an indicator, skip it. Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah, we should probably just do this all at once. Honestly. And I think maybe what we do is we just have like a little throwaway here. Here, let's do one of these things here. F add nameplate. I don't think we need any data on it. And then should I sort this? Yeah, I think this needs to be sorted. Because then, yeah, we're gonna do the same. We're gonna do the same function. Okay, so we're gonna actually not use any of that there. Okay. Okay, that is getting considerably simpler. So we sort, let's just do a for I here then. Entities in radius, num. If I greater than max nameplates break, yeah, because we're not going to add any more. There's a more efficient way to do that. Because I'm iterating over every entity here. And I'm going to need to check their faction too. Watch this not even be more performant than the old one. Oh, I don't think I need that. I think I automatically do that now. Let's just do it the naive way first here. Actually, I still think I need to sort the view. I still think I want that. I still have to get rid of... I still have to get rid of any. Yeah, I think I have to do both, actually. Okay, copy this for a second. Well, no. What we're going to do is we're going to undo. We're going to copy that, and then we're going to redo everything. Put that there. Well, no, we want to put that. We want to do that after we've added them. And so now I want... No, here's what we're going to do. We're going to add the add nameplate data, and then we're also going to add F indicator, nameplate indicator data too. So we're gonna add both of those. And then at the end of the frame, what we're gonna do, ECS registry clear, add nameplate data, just get rid of all of them. That's just gonna be a temporary thing that we use. Know which entities had a nameplate added this frame. And then once we've gone through and called all of them, create another view. Let's call this initialize nameplates view, which is add nameplate data, which is actually more of a tag. So let's rename that. Add nameplate tag, nameplate indicators data. And then indicator descriptor is where we will need to, you know, do some like setup, initialize, or what am I calling this? Like spawn indicator. And I don't know what information that'll need, but it's there when we want it. Okay, so let me take a look at this then. Okay, if we already have indicator, otherwise. Okay, I think all of that looks... I think all of this looks good. Spawn any new indicators. Okay. And then that way we're not like setting up. The reason we do this first in between setting them up is so we don't have to set them up for ones that are maybe trying to get spawned to this frame but are over the max amount or slightly too far and then get called anyway. Okay. And then I will need to check faction information here too, I think. Okay, so now let's figure out what we need to do to spawn these, which the indicator descriptors a U object, and we don't like U objects here. We don't like U objects in my neck of the woods, where I come from. So I'm going to have to change that, but I think we're going to stick with the U object for now, just to get this working. Good God, there's so much fucking shit. Dude, I hate translating blueprints into C++. Like this would like this looks like so much in C++. This is gonna fit on like one screen. Like it's gonna be so much cleaner, I guess is the term. Streamlined. Okay, so set up into spawn indicator. So this is going to be U indicator descriptor. Yeah. Yeah, sure. We can parent that. Doesn't really matter what we parent it to be honest with you. So just do that, actually. Indicator. Set class. And I'm gonna need to put something in game mode. I'll just put it here, even though it's not a player setting. Is it just widget? Is it just widget? Okay, go to... Okay, never mind. It doesn't want to go. Doesn't want to go. E soft class pointer, U user widget. Yes, we will use that. Nameplate widget class. Okay. Now game settings. Static. Let me copy. Okay. Okay, we set the class. I need to get capsule collision. So I need the actor that we're like attaching this to, which if we're going to put these over entities, we're no longer going to have that. So we're going to have to potentially, yeah, we're going to have to use this component point projection, which let me look at that. Get pixel point. Yeah, we'll see how that looks. I may need to adjust things there. It wants a pointer to an effector too. What a weird parameter. Okay, that seems fine. But yeah, we're gonna have to do this here. Now it still wants a scene component. What do we use the scene component for? It's not even used there. It's not used here at all. World location. Yeah, I wonder... I just have the world look. I think I should probably just change this. God, there's so much fucking information on this thing. Is there a world location on here somewhere already? I don't want to just add more information. No, there's not. So how is the component point supposed to work? Maybe just world position offset is effectively what, I mean, that is effectively what it is, right? Yeah, because we're just going to add that to a 0. So yeah, we'll just set, we need to set world position offset. Which means we need the location entity data. We'll just pass in the location in there. Okay. Done and done. And then we want to set the projector mode. Component point, because we don't have a component at all. Which I don't know what point. Oh, let's change that to absolute location. I think it's a better name for that, more descriptive. Okay, so we've set all those. Set data object. Now, what do I need that for? Pray tell. Get data object. Where are you called from? We are sorting in here based on distance, which we're no longer going to do in here. It's already done. Yeah, and this max num to show, we don't need that. I don't even know if we need that anymore. So by the time we get here, I know that everything should show. I don't even use this component here either. Do we even need to do that? Let's just keep adding to-dos here to check, because I don't want to like just break everything and figure out what I broke. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that we don't need the date. Well, let me look at the rest of those that were found here. Owner actor, which is not used, so yeah, delete that. Okay. Okay, this, yeah, so it acts as a way to get information in on the blueprint side of things, which I think I still need that for what is displayed visually. And I'll be able to delete the tick on this nameplate function, I believe. Yeah, I guess I'll want to do another view to like update the like the scale and stuff based on distance. Okay, so we will set a data object. Do that there. Auto remove when component is null. Set clamp to screen is false. scale and opacity, I wasn't actually doing anything with those. That was just for testy tests. Just for testy tests. Okay, so that's all set up. So theoretically, this would work. Rebuild. While that rebuilds, I'm going to BRB, grab some more coffee, go to the bathroom. BRB. Okay, we're back. What broke? Missing type specifier. You know what? Do we even need it to be a U-struct? Oh, I think we do, actually. I think I wrote some... Oh, well, okay, we'll see. Okay, so I need to add this new processor to my list. Once this loads up, I always forget to do that. Nameplate processor, yeah, just throw that at the end. True Conan, welcome. Always a good day, yes. Always a good day to refactor. Okay, so... I guess I didn't think about the nameplate source. I guess we want to take that off of this. So we no longer want that to be a nameplate source because we're going to be adding these ourselves. There is no chunk processor. Why is there no chunk processor? We need like is a processor class. That's what we need. And also, excuse me. So we don't have to look this up again. Okay. Rebuild that. Yeah, so doing a little bit of rewriting of the lyra indicators. These are like the little nameplates with like the health above the player, the characters, enemies. And I've added some functionality to adjust the scale of the nameplates and adjust the opacity of the nameplates. And then I noticed that in my extreme cases where I had like 1,000 entities all in one location, the lyra indicators were taking up like 4 milliseconds. Because I did shoehorn in like a max nameplate count. And so it was spending a lot of time trying to figure out which ones should show, which ones shouldn't. And I was just kind of like, I was adding a nameplate to any entity that was spawned as a skeletal mesh component. And so when they were all on top of me, there was like 400 skeletal meshes. And so there were 400 nameplates, which is a lot. So ECS to the rescue. Now, did all that persist? Okay, it seems so. Wonderful. There are no nameplates. Perfect. Perfection. Are we getting here? Yes. Ooh. Entities in radius. Yeah, we have 1,000 entities in our radius. Okay, so this might actually be worse. This might be worse performance-wise. This might actually be worse. Do we ever get here? No, nothing's being added. Yeah, I have a feeling this is worse. I mean, let me take a quick sample here. Sorry, the crunchy grass is crunching. Actually, that's pretty fucking quick. That is a lot faster than I thought it would be. Holy shit. Okay, I see you. So we're iterating over 1,000 entities in like 55 microseconds. That's a lot better. Is this right? Yes. And then well, I guess, yeah, the nameplate part of it is nowhere to be found because there are no nameplates. So. Okay, so this is going to get, once this actually starts working, it'll get worse. But that's a lot better than I thought it was going to be to start off with. And then let's do some of these here. Sort indicators, or I'll say sort registry. Sort entities in radius. Add nameplate tags. Sure. That's only ever going to be up to 30, but we still need to iterate and break. So still a little bit of time there, potentially. Trace, CPU profiler, event scope is call nameplate. Wow, I haven't even used the word call in here, but I've been using that in my head. Read my mind, AI. Read my mind. on indicators. Okay. Yeah, so what is not getting who's what's it here? Let's put a breakpoint there. I want to see that. And let's put a breakpoint just inside that body. Okay. Live coding. Shit, 4 milliseconds. Yeah, I mean, it was in a very, very extreme scenario. So I'm kind of hyper optimizing here, but I don't want to have to like come back and do this when I've forgotten how the system works, right? Like I was already in here. I just want to do this change now and get it over with. Should be relatively straightforward. I've only spent an hour on it so far. Okay, yeah, so we're not even hitting this guy here. What is get max? Oh, I need to, Oh yeah, nothing has the nameplate source on it. Nothing has the nameplate source. I guess for now, let's just add it to let's just add it here. Just to kind of get it moving. I should probably put that on the archetype, but I don't feel like going through and updating all of my archetypes right now to include that. And I think I want a better archetype definition asset anyway. There we go, I think. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, now we're spawning things. What is this? Oh, I'm fucking returning null pointer here. Oops. Yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. So I think this was how far I was able to get it down without doing ECS stuff. Whoops. Can you stop interrupting me? So it's this right here. The most notably, a lot of it is just like calling to the nameplate widget itself to tick, which I will be replacing that as well. But I guess I was able to get the update canvas down pretty low. Let's see, let's pick like a bad frame here. Most of it is just I'm like merging skeletal meshes every fucking frame. Yeah, I should do something about that. Is VS still required for the build if you're using Writer? I think just the tool chain. Just the build tools. So yeah, we'll see if we can beat 900 milliseconds. I'm gonna guess no. I probably shouldn't have closed that. Hang on. Is that this one? Let's see, 1.5 milliseconds there, yeah. We'll see if we can get lower than that. 600, yeah, keep that around. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to beat that, which is interesting. So I still have no nameplates. Sure. Oh, I need to like actually add this to like the system. Yeah. So let me figure out what do I need to do there? I need to get the local player, yeah, and then add the indicator, okay. I suppose I need to remove in these cases too. All right then.
All right, then, keep your secrets.
So let me grab the indicator manager component. It should be on the local player as well. Lyra indicator manager component. Not a subsystem. Can I get component? No. Oh, it is on the player controller though, right? Yeah, it is on the player controller. Okay. And I guess we also need to remove here. And then let's put the local player stuff on here. And I guess maybe the indicator manager would probably make sense as well. And then that way we can just do one of these guys here. No, we don't want that to be static. And then yeah, I need the indicator if we have one. So actually give it the indicator as well. Okay. Also, I don't know if the absolute location actually works. Okay, rebuild. Yeah, I'm very skeptical that I'll actually be able to, I'm skeptical I'll actually be able to beat that performance, actually. But I think this is going to be necessary anyway, because like I said before, it was directly coupled to there being a skeletal mesh. So now it's not. Now it's decoupled from that. So now things that aren't skeletal meshes can have nameplates, which if I was going to do that anyway, I would have had to... I guess I don't need to run the spatial query every single frame. Okay, we're still not... Still not getting them added. Unless they're just gone. Let me... Here, play that again. I have indicators. So I wonder if they're just, they're in the wrong spot, potentially. The projection is successful. So I think hopefully we get in there for all of them, yeah. Okay, let's look at this. Then the indicator's like opacity is set to 1 by default, right? Yeah, opacity and scale by default 1. Okay. Is what we want. What is our screen space position here? Okay. I guess let's try to find them. Okay, we may need to let's decrease the amount of skeletons getting generated every frame here. Thank you for the sub. Welcome, man. Welcome. Guys freaking out. Oh, you know what? We're never getting the... Oh no, we're getting that world location. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. Though that's never like... Get screen space offset. Well, we're getting to project world location. Okay, how do I debug this? I guess just a bunch of debug drawings, right? For these locations. They're like vector 2s and shit, though. Like, how do I do this? Well, first of all, let's do this. Draw, debug, sphere. Oh, I don't even have a world. I don't even know if there's anything on here that I can use. Oh, there's a data object, right? There's a data object. I can use that to get the world. Or I can just use like the editor world, right? Yeah, use that. Show me that. Let's just make sure like the world location is correct. I will want a Z offset. That's something I didn't add. I will want to Z offset it by the capsule. I guess maybe could be screen space offset, although I would like it to be world space. What are you mad at here? The G editor. Isn't there like a... I use this somewhere, right? Is that it? Does that work better? Do you like that? Is that what I'm thinking of? G engine, get world. Are the indicators components of the actors? No. The lyra system does like slate widgets, so kind of decoupled from that, but more performant because there are no components. Then I'm taking that even a step further with my rewrite of it. Usually you just add like a nameplate source component, which is just kind of like a, doesn't do anything, it's just there to like add the indicator. Okay, I'm seeing no debug drawing. What is your actual like world location here? Is this even the, I wonder if, you know what, just to make absolutely sure this is the right world. Get data object, get world. Okay, we'll just make sure that that's the right world, because this this Z looks reasonable, or not Z, this location looks reasonable. Oh, that's me. That is, it's supposed to be skipping me. I thought I was supposed to be skipped. Player entity. I don't even think I'm added as a nameplate source. Am I just using the wrong location here? No, I mean, that should be the, Yeah, I should be being skipped. Why is it on my head? Yeah, let's let that tick for a second. There we go. I have the player entity there. Uh, 7341492. Yeah, so I don't even show up there. Yeah, okay, so the player is never showing up in these views. So why then is my... I mean, we should be getting here, right? Yeah. Oh, world location is... I mean, the component should be null, no? Oh, you know, we may still be there. We may still be adding one that we don't need to. Yeah, there is a nameplate source on the player. Okay, delete that. Delete that, and then let's make this. Let's make this debug drawing a bit bigger so we can find it in the world. Figure out what the fuck's going on here. 50. Okay, there is no longer one over my head. We love that for me. We love that for me. Okay. Are we getting here? No. No, we are not. Okay, so that explains that. See, do we spawn one? We do spawn one. Okay, do we remove it ever? Sorry, he had to run up the tree there for a second. Okay, so we didn't remove it. Okay, we're not even like... not even calling this. Is there something else I was missing? Doing? Add indicator. No, I mean that's it. See if those get hit. Okay, we're getting to paint. It does have an indicator as a child. It is visible. Content and canvas host are null pointer. There's got to be somewhere where, because it doesn't have a component, it's getting like skipped or whatever. Let me check that. Oh, because it doesn't have a, oh yeah, let's change that to false then. Because yeah, if there's no component for it to like attach to, it is visible if the scene component is valid and B is visible. Okay, and that's interesting because it was marked as visible, but yeah, that scene component is not valid. So I would expect visible to actually be false there. Threads and variables. Okay, I'm just rebuilding. That's taking way too long. Far too long. Ugh. Excuse me. Am I using Lyra to learn on? No. I just took their indicator system. Just tune in so no contact. Yeah, no, you're free to ask questions. No, I just took the indicators because it's a nice little compact, isolated system. I'm just taking that and adapting it to my needs. Are we getting to update canvas ever here? Where's the dude at? Where the fuck did he go? Okay, there he is. It's fucking 10 a.m. and I've sneezed 100 times. I got 99 problems and allergies are about 98 of them, I think. Where's that on paint method at? There it is. Oh, this is it's in inactive. Okay. I did not notice that before. What is the condition with whence we add here? Oh, we just always put it there? Okay. Put it straight fucking there, huh? Add indicator for entry. And then I guess we remove it. Ragweed does that, dude. I'm allergic to trees and grass. Like what happened in my ancestors' evolutionary line that didn't get weeded out, you know? Guard here. Wait, can I? Yeah, yeah. I'm in the Midwest. You know, Unreal Engine source code and their what are you doing? Got cable everywhere. Anyway, their Unreal Engine devs are like allergic to guard clauses or guard conditions. Everything is just like super fucking nested. And you make it more difficult to read. Here's another one. Which, like, does this ever even return null? Yeah, I guess it could. Okay. We're allowed to early out in UE. Yeah, contrary to what the source code would have you believe. Okay, now that this is a bit more readable. Yeah, let's see if we get to that one. Uh-oh. Who is that? Megatron! Welcome in. How's the stream? It's been a minute. Welcome in, Raiders. Tell me what you were working on. Good to see you. Good to see you as well. I hope you've been well. My OBS feedback is back. What is Lyra? Lyra is like the project template that Unreal Engine put out. And it's got like... A lot of people use it for like reference for how to utilize systems and stuff like that. No, you didn't break it. I think what I did is I made writer and live coding priority for my processor, so like it ditches OBS to compile faster. I prefer no line limit personally. I'm sorry, but that is incorrect. That is incorrect. And I will die on that hill. I will absolutely die on that hill. But yeah, Lyra is just like a free project template. It's like an arena shooter, but it's kind of like a full game. And so you can see how a lot of systems work. Like a lot of animation stuff is in there. Gas examples are in there. They have this little indicator system, which are just like little health bar nameplates above the characters' heads that don't use widget components, which is nice because a widget component is actually kind of heavy. And so if you want to use a lot of them, it starts to become not performant very quickly. And so I kind of, this Lyra indicator system is kind of nice and contained, and I just kind of yoinked it out. And I'm adding my own functionality on top of that, integrating it with my ECS and whatnot. You were working on prototyping a character customization system in S&Box. What is that? Oh, does that stand for sandbox? That would make sense. Yeah, I'm unfamiliar. I know some people who still prefer Lyra over Gasp, just in terms of animation. Now, I don't have any indicators this frame. many frames? And there we go. Okay, so we never got... Wait, is my game even running? And we never got there, did we? Oh, the indicator class is null. That's fucking why. I didn't even wire that up. Yeah, so I'm like spawning a null component here. What is it? It's this one. Yeah, this. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. Samper Sandbox. That is a better name. That is a better name. You are funny. You're silly. Okay, now I believe this should work. Uh-oh. Oh no. Yeah, that's not... I don't want to hit that. That's not good. Okay, we did get to the remove there, though. Okay, so we should have... No, we still don't. I still see no... God damn it. Still see none. Let's spawn 100. Or 1,000, perhaps. Where's my spawner at? There it is. Yeah, not... Am I going to hit this 100 times? Okay, yeah, let's remove that. Okay, so that's wrong. There are no nameplates to be found. It said the data object was null. I wonder if the proxy actor just never got spawned yet. Show me that guy right there. It's Facepunch's new open source game engine powered by Source 2. I have no idea who Facepunch is. How are you liking it? Are you moved on from Unreal Engine? Have you graduated? Okay, the proxy actor is here. The proxy actor is here. Let's go back to that on paint method. Breakpoint there. There are no inactive indicators. Okay, so all the indicators are there. Maybe they're just being drawn in the wrong spots now. Yeah, we are updating canvas here. Let me look again. Indicator descriptor. We want that... Where was this used from? Okay, well that's not failing, right? We are getting here. Because of all the corporate funkiness. What's, uh-oh. Wait, is this, Ooh, it's... Oh, they're invisible. Indicators are invisible. Is this in reference to, like, the Disney stuff? Wait a second, it is visible. Oh, right, the scene component. Okay, yeah, let's take that clause out of there. Get that out of there. Get that out of there. We're not using components anymore. Yeah, so what I'm doing with these indicators is I'm putting them into kind of my ECS system. I want to add some additional functionality for like a max number of indicators on screen. Because I might have like a lot of entities. Like I don't want 1,000 indicators. That's just unperformant, and your entire screen it's going to be nameplates. I don't want that. I want a max number. I want things like only show enemy nameplates, only show friendly nameplates. Buildings have health and stuff like that. You can target buildings, so they're going to have nameplates. And this is all because of my tree chopping system. Oh my god, my YouTube stream's finished. Oh, that's funny. That's fine. I don't really give too much of a shit about that. Oh, my horizontal one is still going, but my vertical one ended. But yeah, this was all to support my tree chopping system, which I'll show you, Megatron. You might find this fun. Uh-oh. I don't, what is being debug broken here? I don't want that. Oh, the name, yeah, okay, we need to, okay, restart. I gotta restart. That's never gonna finish. But I have dynamic tree chopping, so like wherever the axe connects with the tree, it'll actually change the tree into a dynamic mesh component and then make an actual, like edit the geometry at runtime to make a little chop shape. Disney looking to buy out Epic, and it just doesn't sit right with me using a game engine owned by a corporate conglomerate. Is that actually going to happen, though? How certain is that at this point? Yeah, it is worrisome. I agree with you. Definitely agree with you there. Where is the thing I'm looking for? Where are the droids at that I'm looking for? There they are. Oh my god. Okay. Let me get out of here. Okay, we have nameplates now. That's great. But here's my tree chopping system here. Wow. Why did you not work correctly? What are you doing? I'm supposed to be demoing you. Hang on. Why are you like this? What could have possibly happened? I literally just got done working on you. Literally just got done with it. What? What on earth? Oh, I know what it is. Well, that's sort of... Yeah, that's sort of it. I know what's wrong now. I need to change this. Yeah, I was checking for a melee ability instead of a tree chop ability. A subclass of a melee ability, rather. Face Punch came to a very nice agreement with Valve that whatever game you make inside Sandbox, you can immediately push to Steam Store, no licensing fees for the engine. Wait, what are the normal licensing fees for that engine then? It looks very likely. Watched a video the other day. There was some game dev dude broke down how UE's default physics system for chopping trees is meh. Oh, does it have... Wait, does Unreal Engine have a built-in tree chopping thing? Or just the physics in general? I'll probably end up writing my own physics to be a little bit more performant. I already do collisions. I already have my own like collision system, kind of. Very bare bones collision system. With ECS and blackjack and hookers. Broke down his workflow for adjusting the center of gravity. Yeah, I know my trees do fall a little bit weirdly, and I didn't know if that was my fault or what. Okay, are you gonna work now? There we go. So you can see like where I'm actually chopping. You can see little slices. I need to come up with a material for the inside so you can actually see it a little bit better. Why? Also, you're supposed to get stretched to the width of the tree. What happened there? And then the trees have a health value. So like you actually, I run a damage equation. And I have to like dynamically come up with the collision shapes. And it's difficult. You can see how like the capsule there extends past the bottom. That's why it kind of like popped up a little bit. So that's, there are some complexities with the system for sure. I don't really know if there's anything that I'm going to be doing. I just think it's cool. Also, why didn't you fill that hole? Oh no. This was all working so well. There are no licensing fees for the engine specifically. So then what was the deal with Valve then? That just sounds like the normal... It just sounds like the normal Steam flow. Or price or whatever you want to call it. I want to do Valheim tree dominoes as well. So, you know, where trees deal damage to other trees and stuff like that. But yeah, I want my... See, like that physics is not correct. I will probably use... there's a... I found this GitHub thing, Eden. I'll probably use this. A real-time physics engine organized as an ECS with ENTT, which is the same library I use for my ECS. So I will probably use this. It's got networking in there as well. So yeah, I'll probably check this guy out eventually. Anyways, our lyra indicators. Let's spawn, we'll just do 10. Sandbox started as sort of a Roblox-like games platform, but grew beyond that. Alright, let's check this out. Make games without the bullshit. Wow, they're cursing on their page. I like it already. I mean, it's open source. Shader graphs, wow. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, what... I mean, it's free, so yeah, that's nice. No 5% epic cut. Steam cutout. Wait, which cutout? Yeah, I'm sure the hot loading is a lot fucking faster. Yeah, the Unreal Engine C++ flow is not very good. Oh yeah, their location isn't updated. I guess I need to change their location every frame. First of all. And then yeah, a lot of this is going to be broken, I suppose. Also, people say that C++ is very difficult to work with because of no auto memory management, but I don't know firsthand any of the technical stuff. Yeah, it's kind of a... I mean, like C++ and Unreal Engine has garbage collection for memory management, but that comes with its own... Garbage collection comes with its own problems as well. Like that's usually, or maybe not usually, but a lot of times that's the source of hitches in the game. You'll be collecting garbage. Even if you use like incremental garbage collection, it can still hitch pretty significantly. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons I like using an ECS is because I'm not creating U objects, which anything that's a U object is what is registered with the garbage collection system. So if I don't, the less U objects I use, the less garbage there is to collect because I'm managing the memory myself with ENTT. So I'm just usually working with raw references to memory. And yeah, it's a lot smoother, a lot more performant and stuff like that. I don't know if there's a C# ECS. I'm not well versed in the C# world. But yeah, it's kind of like double-edged sword, I suppose. Okay, we have indicators though. We have them. I need to update their positions. Put that in there. We don't need the nameplate tag anywhere. Yeah, it already, look at that, dude. AI fucking already knew that I wanted it. I don't know. Do we need to check that? I mean, I guess it's fine. Why are you mad at me? Oh yeah, I'm missing a bracket. ECS is like a, it stands for Entity Component System. And it's just a type of architecture that utilizes composition over inheritance. So it's kind of like a different style of programming, along with an architecture, like an underlying architecture. And like traditionally, you'd use like object-oriented programming, right? Like especially if you're doing Unreal Engine stuff. Unreal Engine would be like, you know, I have an actor, and then a pawn extends from an actor, and then a character extends from a pawn, and then I have player characters and NPC characters. And that has its own complexities. You know, I think that starts simpler than ECS, but I think, you know, by the time you're like halfway finished with your game, all of the object-oriented things that like have to like connect to each other and talk to each other, you know, you have to make interfaces to decouple things. It starts to get quite complicated. But I mean, the most important thing is like how the memory is stored. Like when you're doing that, you have data all over the place on like all these different objects, and you know, you need to reference different types of objects from other ones, and you're kind of like coupling things together all over the place to kind of get, it kind of creates a web of dependencies. But with ECS, you just have little data structs. And so like one of mine for these indicators is just a piece of nameplate indicator data. So like every variable I have is just in like little tiny structs, 8 bytes. And so what an ECS does is it'll store each of your, these are called components in an ECS. This is the C of the ECS. I call them data because Unreal Engine components are something different. But essentially that's all it is. It's just data. And it'll store all of these in one array. So every single nameplate indicator data is in an array that is tightly packed, which means that the memory is physically right next to each other in physical memory. That's important because when your CPU needs to perform calculations, it needs to go grab data. And when it goes to RAM and physical memory, that's a long trip. It takes a long time to do that actually. But it'll take a whole cache line, and it'll bring it over to the CPU and put it in your CPU's cache. And when it only needs to go to the CPU cache, that is like orders of magnitude faster. And so an ECS will do that for you. So you have better cache locality of your code. And so it's very, very performant. Partner promised me to cut my bangs. Go cut your bangs. It's all right. Thanks for the raid. I appreciate it, by the way. Take care. But yeah, for those interested in what an ECS is, that is the main benefit is cache locality, and I cannot understate how much more efficient it is over something like object-oriented programming. It's almost like the equivalent of going to the grocery store for some food versus going to the pantry for some food. Anytime you wanted a snack, right? Anytime you access a pointer, that pointer is just arbitrarily stored in memory if you're doing object-oriented programming. And so you're taking a trip to the grocery store every time you need to do something. Now, if you're only doing one of that thing per frame, there's no benefit for an ECS in terms of performance. But if it's the type of thing that's happening multiple times for multiple entities in a single frame, you will see a lot of performance benefit from using an ECS. And I actually find the organization of the code to be to like scale better in terms of complexity, actually. Like I was saying earlier, I think when you start out with object-oriented programming, that starts pretty simple when you don't have that many classes. But I think when you start to make a game, and the more you make it, that grows exponentially complex. And you have to do a lot of work to keep that complexity down. Whereas like an ECS, it's very simple, relatively speaking. Like, I don't have very many classes. The only classes I have are classes that I need in order to interact with Unreal Engine systems. You know, I do have a player class. I do have an NPC class. I have a couple actor components. But everything else is just the systems, the S and ECS, which are just for loops over a certain combination of entity data, which is usually referred to as an archetype. And so, for instance, here, I need to update the locations of these lyra nameplates every frame, right? Because things move. Usually, it would be kind of tied to the component, whatever component it's like attached to, right? But somewhere in the engine, it's doing the same thing. It is updating the location of the nameplate for you. And I think that was usually what was happening here in some of this lyra code. Somewhere here. It was like get indicators bounding box, right? Yeah, so like, yeah, get component bounding box. So we're getting the component owner or the component bounds. And so, you know, this is 2 pointers, right? Accessing the component, I'm going to the grocery store there. I'm getting the owner of the component. I'm going to a second grocery store. And then I'm getting the bounding box. Whereas like over here with like the ECS style of thing, I create an ENTT, they're called views. But it's here, I'm just saying, hey, give me every entity that has a location and a nameplate indicator. And that way I'm only iterating over the exact necessary entities that I have. And then in my for loop, this data is nice and tightly packed. So anytime I access a location, it's going to grab all the locations right next to it, which I'm only iterating over the necessary ones. So those are the ones I'm going to be updating next. So I'm already loading all of those into my CPU cache. I'm already putting a bunch of groceries in the pantry so that I can grab them next. And so this will be a lot more performant doing it this way. Yeah, I should have probably been rebuilding here. I don't know if I needed to or not while I was yapping about that. But yeah, now essentially I just have a bunch of utils functions now. I don't really have that many classes that are like connecting to each other, which is actually, the complexity has kind of reached a maximum. And the only, I hear a lot of people say that ECS is like more like too complicated or something. I don't really think you definitely have to think about it differently. And there is complication in that. But I think once you kind of ramp up on it and start thinking in that way, it becomes quite easy. A lot easier than having to determine like where should this logic go in which component or which class, you know. You have to think about separation of concerns and abstraction and inheritance. You have to like consider all these object-oriented principles. Do I need to create an interface, you know? And instead, you're just like, oh, I'm just going to create a view for that. And really, the only dependencies you have are like dependencies in between your systems, basically your for loops. And that there's definitely complexity there. Like, for instance, I have like an interaction. I call them processors because that's what Mass Entity called them, processors, which is Unreal Engine's built-in ECS that I didn't like very much. But I have like an interaction processor, and that is kind of that plus I'm doing a colony sim, so my colony sim tasks where they can go haul, they can go chop trees, they can go collect, mushrooms in the forest, they can go construct buildings. There are dependencies between each of those individual systems, so there is some complexity there as well. But all I really need to do is make sure that those happen in the right order. And for me, I just have a list of all my processors here. This is basically like my business logic, if you want to consider it that. Like, for instance, interaction processors down here, and then all my different task processors happen before that. Construct task, forage task, chop trees task. So that's where the complexities lie in an ECS. Okay. Now they're moving along. They're moving and grooving. Let's go ahead and remove the debug drawing. We don't need that anymore. We've determined that they are in the right location. Now, what I do need to do here is I actually need to place it above their head. And I have cylinder bounds data. And this is essentially the capsule collision. It has a radius and a half height to it. I'm going to use this to offset. Yeah, something like that. So the location data.location is at their feet. So I'm going to do half height times 2. Do I want to? That's not a bad idea, AI. That is not a bad idea. Do I want to have a configurable offset? Maybe. I mean, that sounds like something a player might want to adjust here. Uh, 50. Now, do I want to make that a multiplier of the height of the entity? Because you could imagine like giant bosses would have like much larger bounds, and so moving the nameplate by a static amount that's not proportional to the size, maybe. Let's do percent. We'll just do like what, point? We'll do 1.1, so that way you can move it down as well, if you'd like. And then I have this game settings class that I use to decouple these kinds of things. What was that? Return, let's return 1 by default there. And then we're gonna grab this. And we will multiply that. Oh, I did 10%, okay. Now I could, rather than calculate this every frame, I could just put this in memory. But I think this is probably pretty trivial. So I think I'll wait for that to become a problem before trying to optimize it. I still need to check if this is going to be more performant than what I had before. what I had before was strictly tied to when my entities are skeletal meshes. For performance reasons, I changed them into VAT, vertex animated, textured versions, which is essentially where you bake animations into a texture and then animate static meshes entirely on the GPU rather than skeletal meshes on the CPU. So much more performant. You can get a lot more on screen that way. So when they're a certain distance away, I changed them from a skeletal mesh into these static mesh entities. And I was only putting nameplates on the skeletal meshes before as a kind of a naive way to do things. But now there's something in my eye, so I'm dealing with that. But I'm also kind of decoupling those two things. So I'm having to consider all of my entities, no matter if they are skeletal meshes or not. So we'll see how much more or less performant this is now, this is a feature I wanted anyway. I didn't want to be constrained by skeletal mesh. I wanted those two concepts to be separate. Okay. Let's see there. Yeah, I think 10. We want more than 10% maybe. So yeah, that's kind of covering up their bodies a little bit there. We'll deal with the question marks and stuff later. Get this into the right. Let's go 1.25. That's better. I like that. Of course, when you get farther away, they do kind of cover it up. And I do have like opacity and stuff on there. And scale, so I'm going to adjust the scale of these as well. God, this whatever's in my eye. I'd like to have a word with you. It's probably my own eyelashes. I've been told I have incredible eyelashes by several ladies. And I don't like it because they just get in my eyes all the time. Okay, let's go ahead and fix this up now. Now the indicator itself should actually have an entity on it, which I think I'd like to use that instead. Rather than the character. It should always be set. Wait, we're setting it as invisible? Invisible. Which is probably a really bad... I know... They're saying in as in terms of input, but that's actually kind of misleading. That's like, wait, do I want it visible or invisible? Oh, I have to use the context object here. Okay, well, let's set... We'll set that based off of the entity then. Well, I mean, I could just use the... Hang on, oh, I deleted things and I didn't mean to. I can just use the indicator does have the entity interface on it, which is what I use to like be able to generically get an entity off of view objects when I do need to use them. But I was saying that indicators I am going to change to structs at some point. So actually, yeah, I changed my mind. Get entity owner. So we're going to do this thinking of the future. Okay, so now everything should still work, question mark. Okay, we did get there. Now they're still ticking, which is the next thing I want to take care of. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The entity is null. Why? Why are there indicators without entities? Oh, wait a second. Oh, wait a second. I'm creating a new entity for the indicators. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, I shouldn't do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want that at all, actually. Let's set the entity here. Okay, that is more like what I want. And then I don't think I need the data objects anymore. I think I need this. Okay, so get entity on the indicator. Now we'll return the owner entity. Which, if this is not valid, I do want to know. 'Cause I feel like that shouldn't be the case anymore. Of course, I can't see any of the variables in the blueprint debugger. Where's this happening from? The entity is null here. Right. Right. Okay, we don't want to do that there. We want to do that after we've set everything. Okay. Here, let's just put all this in there. We'll just add the parameters. Okay, we'll do it that way. Okay, so the entities just weren't being set on there before we got to the blueprints. Oh. And then for the scale, the distance-based scale, I think I'll probably just do the same scale for all of them. But I could foresee a future where I, as the game designer, would want to change the scale. Actually, yeah, I think I want to be able to set the scale for different entities and locations and stuff. Because, like, for the tree chopping, right, I don't want that. There's going to be no... Well, actually, trees do have cylinder bounds data. But I want the nameplate to be, like, by the chop location. Look at that. Now we have information. Let's, yeah. So we still have some broken stuff here. Okay, that was still breakpointed, so we never hit that. That's good. We don't want to hit that anymore. Oh, I should turn them off for dead people. Yeah. And then all of this... I would like to delete. This can all go away. So that's kind of already folded in. We'll keep it there for posterity. Ignore different teams. Yeah, this is now irrelevant as well. All of this, yeah, just turn off tick, actually. Just turn it off. Yeah, well, we will need to do something about that. The name shouldn't be changing at all. So we can just update. Okay, so yeah, that's all. Update visibility, I don't think. Because we're just going to remove the... We're just going to remove the indicator at that point. This, I think we will move as well. We will move into C++ as well. That can stay. But I do want to do like a little animation, right? One of those little animations for when it takes damage. You know, show the like how much damage it did on the nameplate and like lerp to the eventual. Cancel the async actions, set everything to null. Yeah. Can you just do that? Does that work? Hang on. Do I learn something new? It'll call that for all of them. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so now I mean, now the only thing that's missing here is the team showing the nameplates based on the teams and stuff. Ah, the color. Yeah, we want to set the color as well. Was that in update visibility? Set team visuals. What is that? I should just do that on initialize, yeah. And then death. Okay, so let me write some to-dos here because I'm kind of getting close to the end of stream, just in case I forget here. Add logic for displaying different themes. Remove nameplates on death. Which, I mean, we kind of have a death event here, but I do need to just like account for that. But maybe we still do this in blueprints. But I just need to exclude dead entities from some of these views here. Which I'm pretty sure this never gets hit. Like, I don't return dead entities from this spatial query. So I think I just need to do something super simple here. I have a dead tag, F dead. Wow, AI nailed it. Does not return dead entities. Or by distance player. River, welcome. Going well. There's just my own eyelashes are just getting in my eye. God damn. Okay. Let's see if we got the team visual set up there. There we go. There we go. There we are. Very good. Okay, let's give it a quick stress test now. 1,000 entities. Yes, of course. Yes. Okay, we are correctly not spawning nameplates for all 1,000. That's good to see. I don't have 1,000 names in my database, so some of them do not have names. Okay. We will compare. Wow, look at that, dude. Oh, it's so much faster. What's happening here? So what I've been doing is the Lyra project has this indicator system. That's a really nice system. And it basically a replacement for actor component widget components, which are kind of heavy. So if you have like a lot of like nameplates for your characters and stuff like that, or a lot of like world UI widgets, they're not very performant. And so the Lyra system like uses just like raw slate widgets, and it's nice, except it could be better. What I was doing before was like whenever my entities were skeletal meshes, which are just the nearby ones, I would just add one of these Lyra indicator nameplates to it. But in my extreme scenarios where I have 1,000 entities all in one location, like what we just saw, you know, like this, you know, about 400 of these are all skeletal meshes, which I will be updating in the future. But that means there were 400 of these indicators. And so first of all, it would just display all of them. And then I wrote some pretty naive code to just display the 30 closest ones, or like the whatever number I've configured closest ones. But I would have to sort 400 indicators and stuff like that. So it wasn't very performant. And I was able to get it all the way down to this right here. So it's about 1.7 ms is what I was able to get it down to. And my widgets were ticking to like update values, which is not good as well. So I was able to get it down pretty low, but then I wanted to I changed everything into ECS. And I can even go better with that, but it's already right now it's only 400 microseconds. So it's about a third of what it used to be. And now the system only needs to handle the max number, which is 50 extra, maybe like 200-ish. So we cut a lot out, basically. I was worried it wasn't going to be as performant because I had to do a spatial query. What I've also done is I've detached it. I've detached it from the skeletal meshes, which is something I needed to do anyway. And the other part of that was part of the only reason this was able to be so performant. Otherwise, I would have needed to consider every entity, because I don't have collision turned on for my entities, so I have to iterate over all of them. And I have my own like spatial data structure to where I can efficiently query that. But I'm using that there. I'm using that here. This is my entity query, entity chunk processor, chunks the entities into a 3D partition. And then that way I only need to iterate over the local entities whenever I need to query them based on some location, which in this case is closest to player. So now I have decoupled it from the skeletal meshes. Now, because I used to have an event that would happen when it changes from vertex animated static mesh into, you know, regular skeletal mesh. I used to have an event for that. And then I would just added the widget, added the indicator at that point. Now I don't use that. Now it's raw iteration and cache locality. So I'm actually able to iterate over more and do more processing, but it's faster. What is this? What is all this like end of world shit? What is happening here? Oh, a bunch of skeletal mesh. What are these timers? Oh, PCG and mass entity observers. That's nice of it to just take up 3.2 milliseconds in editor. I imagine this is stuff that won't happen in a shipping build. Anyways, yeah, that's more performant, so I'm happy with that, and we have more functionality from it too. We have more functionality from it as well. But now I want to lerp their size based on distance to player. I want the nameplates to get smaller the farther they are away. And then I also want to, if the player is targeting one of them, the rest of them should have their opacity changed. That's the next systems I want to do. Which I think I already had that somewhere at some point. I also need to update, I need to remove them when they die. Which I think maybe I already just wrote in. We'll probably need to check that. Here we go. Map range clamped. That's what I want. This returns a double. I don't know what that is. This is opacity. Yeah, I mean that's all the blueprint nodes. Like you're using it, it just doesn't say it, right? Like this, all those blueprint nodes are the Kismet stuff. But yeah, that's old crusty UE code there. Oh no, this isn't. This is scale. This isn't opacity. And so I do want there to be kind of a terminal size here, which is like, yeah, I think anywhere within 500 at least, like the min. And then if it's within that, it should be 1. If it's at the max, maybe just like 0.5. F vector to dizzle. Okay, let's see if that actually does what I'm wanting. Yeah, let's use less. Hang on, let's use less here because they're all probably, it's only showing the closest ones, which are all within probably the max range. Yeah, those are smaller. I think I want those to be even smaller, actually. 2.5. Yeah, look how small that gets over there. What is that guy's name? Can't even see it. Soren Blackwood. And then when I target them, I want the other ones to become opaque. Or I want that one to be the only one that's opaque, the targeted one. Yeah, I like that. That's a long way away to see a nameplate. I think, what is that? I think I did 4,000 because that was slightly larger. Whoops, he just like walked up a tree, walked down it. That is my custom physics at work. Patented. Yeah, I mean, that's good. That's good. Do I use the entity location or the nameplate location? It's not a huge difference. Not sure it matters that much. Okay, so for the target thing, I don't want to do that every frame, right? That should only happen when targets change. When the player target changes, which I think happens in the player controller. Let's see if I can get that done real quick here. Yeah, on target changed. And I guess I want to create a view. Yeah, let's go target utils here. This is going to be update nameplate opacity. And we want the targeted entity, the target entity. Okay. Okay, so we're going to say if there is no target entity, yes, we set all of them like that. Okay, then maybe I should add a setting here as well for this. This will be called non-target nameplate opacity. We'll call that 0.5. Yeah, make it half opacity. Okay, and then in these target utils, I will do get u game settings, get non-target nameplate opacity. Why are you angry? Because you're not static. There we go. Okay, so update nameplate opacity with the target entity. That is blueprint callable. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead and rebuild, and then I will update that in the blueprints. Wait, it is called in blueprints, right? Hang on. A delegate binding. Okay. I don't know, should I do this in blueprints or just like where this is broadcast at? No, I think we should do it in the blueprints. I think that makes sense. Okay, come on, compiler, you can do it. I believe in you. Okay. Where is... Wait, do I need to do anything? Yes, I do. I blanked out and forgot what I was doing. So where is this on target changed? Change target. Okay, so I should be able to target one of these. Yay, look at that. I think maybe even more opacity, honestly. .25. Yeah, 0.25 I think is good. Another thing I want to do is I want to add a little bit of emissive to the guy that you're targeting, like all of his armor and stuff like that. That's what they do. One of the things I never noticed in WoW, back when I was playing it, but when you target them, the lighting changes on the guy that you're targeting, and it becomes, you know, more visible. And I think that's probably just emissive color. Just a little tiny bit of emissive. Makes him stand out a little bit more. I'll do that. Nice. Nice and nice. Yeah, let me test the death. Let me test the dead functionality here. I got a little bit of extra time. He has better weapons than me. But I have spells. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. Yeah, so I guess when they die, what happens here? Yeah, I just remove the... remove indicator. I should probably call like the unbind or whatever that's on it, right? They have like an unbind. I think my listeners are still listening. I don't want that. Okay, so it's called when they're automatically removed or on indicator removed. So this is called from here. So yeah, that should actually be unbinding them. Let's do that. Let's remove the indicator first before removing the data. Maybe that helps. We'll try that. Then we'll also take a closer look at the blueprints. Yeah, I'm not sure what in the blueprints would have been the cause of that. Unless the indicator was just null. I wouldn't have been doing anything based off the indicator, though, I don't think. So that was like on like some of one of these like listeners, like health changed or something like that. It's just this. All we're doing is grabbing the character, which that's still valid. Like, that's still a pointer that's on here. Yeah, I'm not sure why that would have gotten upset, even if I didn't unbind. Well, maybe the issue is that I unbound it. Right. Maybe that is the issue. Maybe we don't unbind it here. A second, let's just see. It'll probably just get cleaned up anyway, so I don't know if we need to do that or not. There we go. Yeah, so the indicator died. I mean, got cleaned up. And his death animation didn't play. Uh-oh, what's that guy doing? Oh, he got like newly added while I was targeting. While I was targeting him, okay. The newly added nameplates need to have their opacity set. Which means I need to get the local player target. Thanks for the tip about PCGs. I've been diving deep into it, but heavily CPU bound. Getting ground out. Yeah, you can turn on, I think there's a thing for async execution somewhere. I've forgotten where that is. Yeah, but even I'm still kind of dealing with that as well. There's something somewhere that you can tick on and turn them async. No, of course, no answer. Enable time slicing? Let me just look at a PCG graph real quick. Maybe it's on individual nodes, or maybe it's on like the actual. Maybe that's a C++ thing. Yeah, that might be on just on like an individual node basis. I'm not sure. You might look for something related to that. That might have just been something in C++ that I did for some of my custom nodes. Anyways, yes, player target. That needs to get passed into spawn indicator. And honestly, let's do... where would a reusable function for this go? I guess I just put it on here. I guess I just put it on here. What do I call it? Float, calc opacity? Not really a calculation, but I want it to be different than get opacity. Opacity. Honestly, I don't want the... Well, no, I've already put an entity on here, so that doesn't matter. This actually... Yeah, it's got its own entity on it, so that's actually fine. Yeah. We'll do that in the target utils as well. Okay. I think that's going to do it for me today. Not using auto SMH. What on earth are you talking about? Not using auto. Dude, there are so many autos in my code, you have no idea. Appreciate that comment though. Let's find someone to send you guys off to. Who's doing Unreal Engine stuff today? Stevie, of course. Well, Og is well, I don't know how much longer Og is going to be streaming. I don't get to raid Og very much. We'll go Stevie just in case. Well, Stevie is BRB. Okay, Og it is. Og is working on Friend Slap, I believe. Well, he was. I don't know if this... He's working... He does new games all the time, it seems. But I'm going to send you guys over there. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out with me. Appreciate it. Shout out to Megatron for the raid. And, yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Whenever that might be. Who knows?